Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is not.
This is clearly seen.
Ah, ah.
Whose mic is open? Please close it. Okay. Now the screen, I think it's visible. The syllabus is there. Everyone is able to see?
Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this is the teaching methodology in yoga is a part of unit number 9, paper 2. So here we'll just go through that what is teaching, what is learning, and what is the concept behind. What is the relationship between a teacher and teaching and learning? And then what are the principles, meaning, and scope of teaching methods and factors, what are influencing them? Then teaching techniques like individual, a group, and a mass. And then essentials of a good lesson plan. See, you are here giving UGC NET or JRF, whether you are qualifying for assistant professor or a research fellow. So, anyways, both of the lead towards teaching field. So this is particularly teaching in yoga, right? It is somewhat different from other subjects. So you have some idea of teaching, how to teach, and all those in paper number 1 also. So that one is common to all, like all who are appearing in UGC NET JRF, they are eligible for the assistant professor or research fellow in various fields. But some common aspects they might know, okay, now as a teacher, you should know all those things, and how to teach, what are the preparation you have to like make before going to the class. So all those things are, of course, necessary. But if you are teaching yoga, then something more you should know about, teaching, because this is not only you can say a theoretical subject, only a lecture-based subject, but it is somewhat which is related to your body, your mind, and your thoughts, so all those things, covers a single word yoga. So it includes theory, it includes practical, it includes your body alignment, the way of your thinking, and also the cleansing processes, and all. There are various things, various aspects. So because this is not a subject, you can say it's a very basic. But very essential thing. But not everybody practices this yoga. So, you have to be in the class or apart from the class, you have to implement it to yourself also, and you have to teach others also. You can take classes, practical classes also. You can teach in a college, all the theory portions also. So there are some teaching methodology. So that's where this subject, this topic is included, and it is important one. And you will get few questions, like four, maybe 3 to 4 questions, maybe 5 or more than that also, because each unit covers, because this paper 2 includes 100 questions, and 100 questions, out of 100 there are 10 units. So more or less you'll get 5 to 6 or 7 or 8, sometimes 10 questions in this unit, and this topic covers 4 to 5 questions mostly, or more than that, it depends. So this is important. So this methodology includes all, the teaching learning process, which you also cover in teaching aptitude in paper number 1, and all the essentials of good lesson plan, how to make the lesson plan before going to the class. Because if you are teaching theory, it's okay, but you have to be in a practical class also. Then you have to be prepared for a lesson plan. Means what is the concept, what is the need of teaching that subject, that topic, or you can say the practice, particular practice, whether it is asana or pranayam or mudra or anything, or meditation. So all planning should be done in a particular lesson plan, and it includes, like here it is written Shodhan Kriya, maybe asana, maybe any particular mudra or pranayam or meditation. Okay. Now models of lesson plan need, what, why it is required. Then there are 8-step method of introduction as developed in Keval's diagram. So that also we see. Then evaluation methods of an ideal yoga class. Now, how to evaluate, uh, that evaluation can be done in a particular yoga class, because it includes theoretical portion and practical portion also, and Shodhan Kriyas also, the Shatkarma. So methods of customizing all the class to meet the individual needs. Then the student, you have to demonstrate first, then student will demonstrate, then how to evaluate that demonstration given by a particular student, and then training and above mentioned aspects of a teaching method. Then yoga classroom, because it is not an ordinary class, it is a yoga class. Means you are teaching theory, it's okay, but if you are teaching a practical, if you are in a practical class, so there are some points which you should take in your mind. What is the sitting arrangement in a particular yoga class? So this is all about your uh, you can say syllabus part. So we'll start our topic introduction. Can you see everyone?
No, ma'am, it's very blur.
It's a blur.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone, this screen is blurred to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So I'll share it again then. Now is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go through the introduction part. So uh, earlier days in the ancient times also, there is yoga practices, there is a school, there is institutions or gurukuls where this education was given by the sages or the munis. So, but the information we have during those days, what was the method, what was the, techniques, how they teach to their disciples, it's very few. So very little information we have, very little methods we know, which was used by the teachers in ancient times for teaching various subjects, especially in case of yoga. So the Bhagavad Gita, however, according to this text, the methods of learning consisted of persistent questioning. Like in Gita, we have seen like the Arjuna asks the questions and Krishna, gives the answers of his various queries, various questions, and so much information you can get from those question answer rounds. So this is one of the way of the teacher teaches his disciples or students. So this is showing the difference. So doing physical work for the teacher, there were no fixed hours of teaching and learning, or classroom method was not there, and there were no examination, no certification courses. So being with a teacher, was the best way to learn. So the relations between a teacher and a student were very free, frank. So there may be there were arguments between the teacher and students also, because if the student was not uh, agree with what teacher said, so he or she might oppose that. So there may be there were some arguments between the two. So, but this never led to any acrimony. So before any lesson begins, the teacher and student would both pray together. You must be praying nowadays also. What was that prayer? Anybody knows?
Sahana Bhavatu.
Yes, Sehna Bhavatu, Sehna Bhavatu. Yes, it is from a Veda, but that's way they both, learn from each other and go together, progress together. So that they might, derive the best results. So the idea was to study together, not to compete with each other. Like, just a difference between a teacher and student is students were somewhat younger than a teacher. Teacher was like more experienced, older. So they may have some more knowledge, but that doesn't mean they have the complete knowledge. So the teacher always knew more than the student, but he did not claim that he knew everything. So a good teacher always expected that his student should prove his superiority. Okay? And all the learning took place in the residential situation, like we reside at home, we can say, and so we can interact all the family members or all the members which are in a house or a home, they can interact at any time. So that way they live uh, in that situation that we call Gurukul. So all education was completely free, and most of the teaching was oral. So this required, the recitation, or you can say the repetition, so many times, and cultivation of a good memory, because during that time that script or pages or pen were not there. So the student not only learned from the content of the lessons, but through the personal conduct, which was expected to be reapproved. So the teaching of a practical subject involved observation, how the teacher is doing, and how the teacher demonstrated that particular practice. So then the students will repeat as per they get from the teacher. So on the part of student and the correction of the faults, giving positive suggestions by the teacher, they adopt that, they follow the suggestions given by the teacher. So there was also much use of trial and error method on the part of student. So teaching was not a profession that time, but a mission to enlighten the innocent young children, you know, interested to the care of teacher, because parents just surrender their child or children to the teacher. So the teacher, that it's a duty of a teacher to mold that raw child of a parent. So most of the teaching was individualized using the instructional method on one-to-one basis, or at the most in a small group. So during that time, it was not that there are so many students in a class. There is a small group. Okay, not like in today's present time. We have so many sections, so many classes, so many students, and so many teachers also. So today the time is completely changed. Like other professions, teaching has also a profession. So the teaching of yoga differs from other form of teaching. For the first time in the history, the yoga has attracted the attention of enormous number of people all over the world, and we find necessary to devise different methods of instruction for the classwork, to fulfill all the needs of those interested students. One more thing, okay, only those students in our ancient times came to the teacher, those who have a high trust for the knowledge. That's why they do so many work of their teacher and his family also, without asking anything from the teacher, just the knowledge. So they are the knowledge seekers basically. So the 100% interested students only approach to that particular teacher, and they do all kinds of work in the gurukuls. So in our at present times, it's something, the screen is, or you can say the scene is very much different from the ancient times. So hence we have evolved from our experience some methods of teaching, the yogic practices to train the maximum number of person with minimum expenditure of time and effort. So that is the main motto, because during those times the population was not there's so much, and not the globalization type of concept, not the the each student should know the each and every thing. He should know the science, he should know the art, he should know the maths, he should know the social science, or art and craft and all those things. It's not necessary. The main thing which you are interested in, you just approach to that and follow that particular teacher. you know so that was the scenario. Now presently you should know most of the things. So the next, we'll move to the yoga and yoga practices. This is, as we all know, it's an ancient discipline. So it is one of the the oldest field of education. So it is recognized as one of the most important and valuable heritage, you can say, of our country. So today the whole world is looking for this yoga for the answer of various problems. So that's why I say it's not a subject. It's it's something, you can say, a lifestyle. Whether a person is a scientist or mathematician or astrologer or a bureaucrat or a politician, anyone, they should know something about yoga, and they must practice this beautiful the art, you can say. It's an art, it's a science also. because it is the answer of various problems today the world is facing, a single individual person is facing, a social, you can say, if you move socially, then our society is facing, our country is facing. So at no time in the past has, the yoga attracted so much attention from people in so many places in the world. So at the same time, what is the contradictory? It is also misunderstood, even in India, despite of the fact that you should know, you should practice. There are many misunderstandings or misconceptions about the yoga. So, if we were to take a cross section of society and make a general survey of public's opinion about yoga, so we would find that many misconceptions was there, and few most common you may have learned it previously also, but we'll repeat it one more time. So yoga is
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
my voice is breaking, but
No, it's fine.
No, ma'am, it was very clear, I think.
okay, okay, then maybe some internet problem at your side. But if it is, then please let me know. Okay. So the first one is yoga is not meant for ordinary person. That is the misconception. Okay, that means if you are a child or a household person, so it was not for you. It was like a particular class of people. They only can practice yoga. But this is not the case. Everyone, from a small child, like from 10 years, you can say, 5 to 10 years, when he is capable of understanding all external world, he can practice. He or she can practice. Till it's age less, like age limit is not there. Few practices you can be at the age of 80 or 90s, you can practice, right? So depending upon your physical condition, so you may practice. So no age limit, no class, like whether you belong to a particular class or rich or poor or anything. It's nothing like that. The second is yoga is associated with the idea of supernatural or linked with miracles. It is not in the case. Like if you know you practice yoga, that means you get that supernatural powers. So it may happen, but for that the practice is like um, extreme practitioner. Then only you may have that power, or miracles can be done as it is written in our various texts. But it may happen, but it is not that he only for that you should practice yoga. Okay, if you practice yoga for a long time, and there are so many paths, so many limbs, then you follow all those things, then you may get. But this is not the ultimate aim of yoga or anything. So third one is yoga is equated with mystics and black magic or various type of mortification. So this is also a misconception. The only for those you have to practice. No, if a particular person is doing such magic, they may require some concentration, some uh, uh, things to be. Some practices may help, but you can't say ki this is only done for those things. Now, yoga is a system of therapy which can cure all diseases. That is also a misconception. All right, this is a therapy. This is a preventive practice. Preventive. It may act as a preventive medicine. You can say, or alternative therapy. You can say, but it may cure all the diseases. No. But if you are a healthy person and if you are practicing yoga, you may avoid various diseases. And now, yoga is a system of philosophy dealing with metaphysical theories about the universe. This is also a misconception. Okay, this is a philosophy, you may say, but it may connect you from the universal, the supreme energy, okay, the universal soul, which we call the individual soul to the universal soul. But uh, this is only for that, and this requires a tremendous practice. And not only practice your purity, your so many yam and niyams and all those things. Then when you go through all those things, you may connect to the individual soul, to the supreme soul. But this is some for some magic, or something to harm people, or to become super god. So that is again a misconception. And yoga is just a system of exercise. This is again a misconception because it is not exercise. It is some physical, uh, you can say, the strength, gaining strength or flexibility, but with some practices. So it is much above than ordinary exercise, which people do in various forms. So all these misconceptions indicate that most people are unable to see yoga as a whole concept, but are only aware of fragment of its potential, because its potential is unlimited. It depends on you how you are approaching this practice, how you are going through it, and how you are mentally aware also, not only physically, mentally also, emotionally also, because there are, if you say a person includes all panchakoshas. Okay? So what things works for all the koshas that affect your practice, and that affect your the potential, how much potential you have. So the term yoga is used in the literature both as an end as well as a means. End means what is the ultimate aim of yoga practice. That is the end, because after that there is nothing. So that is, the aim is ultimate. That is the samadhi which we call, and as well as a means how to go through, what is the means, what are the practices lead to that ultimate end. So that is the term you can understand. So as an end, yoga signifies integration of a personality, a personality which we just said earlier. The personality means how you integrate your physical body with your mental body, with your emotional body, with your prana. So that is the integration of a particular personality, and that leads to your potential, how much potential you have at the highest level. So one of the meaning of yoga derived from the root yuj. The yuj is samadhi. So it is comprehensive term, really means integration, means you have to addition, and it includes in it all other meaning. So samatva or harmony is another word, that is the again it is a form of integration, samatva or harmony between all the factors, between the all the panch tattvas, all right, between the shashti and yourself. So, which suggests the same meaning. So, this is the meaning of yoga as in. And now, in order to help the development of such integration, there are various techniques. So, these techniques or practices are mentioned in yogic literature, and they are, collectively referred as yoga. So if you study Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it is the yoga means all Ashtanga Yoga. And there are various links in other texts. In Gheran Samhita, there are other links. In Hat Pradipika, other thing. In Hat Ratnavali, other. So depending upon who is the sage, who is the Maharshi who is writing, according to their perspective, they define this term yoga. So we find various individual practices coupled with this term, like here it is written Neti Yoga, Loliki Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and so because it depends on a sage which particular you he or not she he only we can say practice. Okay, it depends. Bhakti yoga, maybe Jnana yoga, maybe Karma yoga. So when various practices are systematized and formed into a discipline, so employing such practices, so these systems are known as schools of yoga, like Bhakti yoga, Jnana yoga. So they are termed as various schools of yoga: Karma yoga, Hatha yoga, Laya yoga. So it will be seen that this word is traditionally used to convey the meaning of an end as well as a means. Means this ultimate aim is samadhi, the union of individual soul to the supreme soul. But there are how to reach at that level. So there are various practices. So these are termed as means. So the meaning of an end as well as a means. Now, lack of discrimination between these two meanings is one of the cause of confusion about the yoga. So the discipline of yoga passed through several stages, and in the course of the time, different schools emerged, which had evolved a variety of techniques and practices. And every school of yoga emphasized specific practices, but their aim is always the same: the highest level of integration through the control of modification of your mind. Or you can say, when your body, when your mind, when your emotions, your thoughts, all are at the same point. All are concentrated at the same point. Like whatever your mind, whatever is there in your mind, your body is following that, your emotions following that, all those things, all the panchkoshas, when they concentrate at one point, then it is a yoga. So some schools use practices that deal with the mind directly, and some use indirect means through the body to tackle the mental processes. Like first you have to be, a full control of your body, like your postures, your you have to purify first internally and externally your body. So your body, will be following all the instructions given by your mind, and your mind should be stable, subtle. It will not go here and there, just at one place. So all, and emotions also, your emotionally you are stable, your mind, mentally if you are stable, physically if you are fit and stable, then only you can lead to the highest practices. So to tackle your body, to strengthen your body, there are certain practices to strengthen, to having the control of your body, your physical body and your mental body. So there are few practices. They are classified as asanas, pranayams, bandha mudras, prayas, meditation, and attitude training practices. So these are the six practices. Now you should remember these six practices with your their sequence. So this is important thing. The question may be there: what are the sequences? What are the yogic practices? So you should remember the sequence: asana, pranayam, bandha mudras, prayas, meditation, and attitude training practice. Now each one of these classifications consists of group of several practices. So here you just forget whatever you have learned in various texts, All right, this is a practical yoga class. Not practical yoga class, but a teaching methodology. Practically, how you teach students. So that way, it is designed accordingly. So the first one is asana. Now these are asanas. It is posture. Posture means your physical postures or your physical, your body movement, your body stretching, your body uh, in a particular, uh, you can say, a position. So, spatial patterns of postures that stabilizes your mind and body through the static stretchings. So those are called asanas. So their aim is to establish a proper rhythm in the neuromuscular toning impulses and improve the general muscle tone. Because in asanan, in various asanas, here we are not talking about the definition given by Maharishi Patanjali is Thiram Sukham Asanam. This is the ultimate definition, but there are various you have to strengthen your body, your your muscles, your bones, your breathing pattern. So because in yoga we do physical movements, but breathing should be an important part of that. So that way we have to improve, and there should be a rhythm between your muscles, between your nerves, between your bones, between your joints, and we have to tone all those uh, things all together with our breathing. So this is just to improve our flexibility also, and functioning of various parts of our various organs, you can say nerves, muscles, bones, and various organs in our body. Because if they are healthy, then only you can do advanced practices. So the two basic principles governing the performance of asanas are stability and comfort. Now this suggests that the nature of asana is psychophysical and not only physical. That is the difference between simple exercise and yoga practices. It is psychophysical. And psycho means your mental uh, body is also with, should be also with your physical body. Then only you can practice uh, more efficiently. So although they are practiced by the body, the effect on mind is also felt. And if you are focusing means you have to involve your mind to a particular organ which affected by that particular asana. And if your mind is at that organ, that will increase the benefit of that particular asana. So every asana should be performed effortlessly and maintained for a comfortable time. So there should be no jerks, and performances of the asana should not lead to fatigue. That is also an important aspect of doing yoga practices. You should do as per your body allows. All right, you should not stretch too much for that, reaching the end, the final position of that asana. So that is the important thing. So there are various things you should keep in your mind when you do a particular asana. So asanas here, as per this book, classified as three uh, major parts. First is meditative asana, then cultural asana, and then relaxative asana. So cultural means whatever the stretching portion, whatever all those asanas which we do stretching and bending. So all those types of asana cover under the cultural asana. Now, can you name few meditative asanas? Anyone?
Padmasan, ma'am.
Ma'am, Padmasan, Sukhasan.
Yes,
Bhadrasan,
Siddhasan.
Swastikasan.
yes.
Siddhasan.
Siddhasan, yes. What about Vajrasan?
Vajrasan.
Yeah, Vajrasan.
Okay. And relaxative postures?
Ma'am,
Shavasana.
Sadashan.
Mm-hmm.
Sasankasan.
Mm-hmm.
Makra.
Makarasana.
Makrashan.
Yes.
Matsasan.
But
Matsakridhasan. Matsakridhasan.
no, you can't say. There is certain stretching in that asana.
Savasan.
Which asana?
Savasan.
Shavasana is there. Makarasana is there. And
Shashankasana is also not
Shashankasan, ma'am.
Asana, yes, but there is,
stretch is
somewhat
there.
bending of your leg. So, yes, it is
Shashankasana is
relaxed.
not.
Sorry.
Ma'am,
Shashankasana is not, ma'am.
ma'am,
Yes,
I don't think so. Shashankasan will come in a
yes,
relaxative
yes.
pose.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It is relaxative when you do backward bending. All right. If you do Ustrasana, then you can go to Shashakasana. You may relax yourself. But relaxative posture means each and every joint, each and every portion of your, the muscle, the joint, and even breathing. It should be very, very relaxative so that each point of your body get relaxation. So that is the main motto. So let's see. So meditative asanas are those, generally it is sitting postures, all right, because you have to maintain the body in a particular posture. Your spine, your neck should be straight, but they are in a comfortable condition so that because meditative asanas can be done for few minutes, so it extends to, half an hour or more, so by various arrangements of legs and hands, the different meditative asanas are formed. The characteristics feature of meditative asana is you have to keep your head and neck and trunk straight. And cultural asanas, they involve all the static stretchings that where you can hold at some posture, which brings all the proper tuning of the muscles. So they contribute to the flexibility of your spine, your back, all the muscles, and they also stimulate the proper functioning of your vital organs and thoracic portion in your abdominal cavities. And cultural asanas which are performed, it may be performed in standing posture, sitting posture, prone posture, okay, your supine postures. So all those stretching and all can come under this category. And relaxative asanas, there are few in numbers and they are performed in the lying position generally and are meant for giving rest to the whole body as well as your mind. So asanas in general form, the basic, the basis of all other yogic practices by preparing an adequate background for the further practices like pranayams and all other practices. So let's cover one more topic, then we'll end our session. Pranayams. What do you understand by this term pranayam? Pranayam. Anyone?
Ma'am,
How
Pran
to
Urja
use the
in the
tools.
body.
I can't. I don't understand. Yeah, say it again.
मैम प्राणायाम दैट मीन्स ना जो हमारी ब्रीथ है उस पे कंट्रोल करना, उसको होल्डिंग पावर को
Continuously.
इंक्रीज करना,
Hmm.
दैट इज कॉल्ड द
Ma'am,
प्राणायाम.
control over the breath.
Yes.
Ma'am, as well as the flow of pran urja in our body, as the word pranayam itself suggests pran.
Ma'am, vital energy.
Yes, prana means vital energy, but the crude form you can say is the air, the oxygen, because without oxygen, our functioning is like nil. So while you take air or the oxygen inside, not only oxygen, there are various more gases inside your lungs. Then lungs just absorb the oxygen and we excrete, or you can say exhale all the uh, you can say gases in the air which we don't require. Now, this oxygen plays a vital role because it is the main ingredient which, gives us energy, which gives each and every pulse, which gives each and every single cell the energy. Because you may not drink water for few hours, it may your body still functions. If you don't eat a half day or 24 hours only, then also you can live, like your body will function. But if there is no air, no oxygen, or your lungs or your heart, you know if their function interrupted, or you'll not receive that oxygen for few seconds, it will be like a threat to your life. So prana means that energy you will get from the oxygen, and to function, uh, for the functioning of various organs, various glands. So to just extend that functioning, the extent, and how it is possible, the extension of this energy, if you will get if you use the complete lung capacity. If you use the lung capacity, if you increase your lung capacity by taking by doing some breathing techniques, then only you will get the extension of that prana. So that's why this practice pranayama is done, and it is very very useful practice. So this is it brings the control over your respiratory impulses, which form one of the channels of the flow of automatic nerve impulses. And holding of the breath for prolonged and comfortable time is an essential technique of pranayama to enhance your lung capacity, to extend the flow of prana in your body. So in the initial practice, the breath holding phase is completely avoided, because you should not, force your body. You should not, uh, you can say exert your body. And emphasis is put on the controlled inspiration, inhalation, and expiration or exhalation, with a time ratio of starting will be 1 is to 1, then 1 is to 2 between them. Like inhalation, if it is done like 5 seconds, exhalation you do in 10 seconds. And initially 5 seconds inhalation, 5 seconds exhalation, 1 is to 1. The expiratory phase is so controlled that the following inspiratory phase is not affected in its slow and controlled inspiration. So there are many varieties of pranayama which we use, different permutation and combinations of breathing techniques through one or more nostrils or both nostrils, or sometimes inspiration through the mouth. We also do in some of the pranayams. So three phases of pranayam, namely the controlled inhalation or inspiration, then controlled retention, and then controlled expiration or exhalation. So they are technically known as in Sanskrit Purak, Kumbhak, and Rechak respectively. So the main purpose of pranayama is to gain control over your automatic nervous system, because it not only affects your whole body but your nerves. Nerves means what? The control over your sense organ, the control of your working organs. So, and through it, influence the mental function. So that is the the connection between your physical and mental body. So it is useful in higher yogic practices like meditation. So we'll end here itself. Okay. So that is all for today's class. Anything you want to know?